Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Brian here, back with another video, and today we're going to be looking at 5 random places in Colombo, Sri Lanka. Colombo is, well, it was the previous capital of Sri Lanka. It was once owned by the Dutch, then by the British, until they gained independence and moved the capital elsewhere. So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be finding 5 random places and reviewing them on 5 categories out of 5 stars. For the first category, it's going to be location. Second is going to be style or what it is. Third is going to be pictures. Fourth is going to be reviews. And fifth will be curb appeal. So without a further ado, let's take a look. Okay, so we didn't have to go far. The first place that we found was the Dayatha Uyana Park with almost 30,000 reviews, 4.5 stars, and it does have a website. So we'll take a look at that website. First review, 5 stars, and a nice picture of a bird. Pretty cool. We'll pull that up on the picture. Oh wow, that's a huge bird. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at some pictures. This one's a video. Looks like an AI video. Fountain at night. This is the park. It's actually a nice park, if this is where we are. Well-paved road, walking along the river there. It's not too much of a city skyline, but it's a nice place. I don't see a playground yet, but there probably could be a playground. Aquarium. We might see an aquarium later. Lake or a pond. Bunch of chess tables, I'm assuming. That's a lot of tables. Do you really need that many tables? Um, this is an illusion drawn, I believe. A duck mixed with a rooster. Just when I thought I've seen it all. Pike, I think. Fountain, ponds, an aquarium. It's a lot of fish. Tree, tree, pond again. Where's like, I don't know what I'm looking for. Lake view? Yeah, that's some nice lake view. Oh, we got Messi, Messer, Nasser. I don't know football or soccer, so that's whatever. Small playground. Um, what did I say? Lala Park. Kids would love that. A Viking ship amusement park ride. It's like a small little place. Uh, okay. Yeah, it's okay. This is nice. This is well maintained, it looks like. And that's the river, and so on and so forth. Here we're in the water, one of those swan boats. Here we're in the water. So that is going to do it for the pictures. Let's go ahead and give it the reviews. Great place to exercise and have a good time. I like to play sports here. Once saw a peacock and took a picture. It's a peacock in a tree. Park is a perfect example of how public place should be designed for all ages. Recent renovations. Inside the park, you'll find several small shops selling plants, ornamental fish, and garden items. Park provides easy access for disabled people. It's a complete recreation destination. Wow, this guy took a lot of pictures. Park is great for families and anybody for matter. Great for exercising. Nice food court. Good for pictures. Nice place to come and relax. Lots of pictures of fish. Lots of pictures of fish. Great for gathering your friends. Good evening walk. Usually visit on the weekend. Kids playground. Nice place. It can get crowded on the weekends. So it gets pretty busy. Solid park. 4 stars. 3 stars. Why? It wasn't the cleanest and the food wasn't great. However, this didn't take from an overall positive experience. Nice spot to chill. This definitely is worth a visit. Look, more birds. All the interesting wildlife. Birds, bats, fish, and sometimes lizards. Oh, look at that guy. That guy looks cool. That is a pretty cool bird. Um, Sometimes I enjoy going out and bird watching and looking at nature. I'll go to the park. There's tons of squirrels and birds at the park. Any other animals? No, that's it. Okay. Oh, look at this guy. He's a tinier one. Excellent place to get rid of the urban feel. Love strolling around the lake. Pretty nice, pretty nice. People enjoy this place. Oh, look at the size of that thing. What's that, a gator? And a crow. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Oh my God, he bites him. What a savage. Um, yeah, so that's gonna do it. That's the vibe. Ladies in love with the fish. Okay. So let's take a look at their website, landdevelopment.lk, which is probably Sri Lanka somehow. Land Development Corporation, Ministry of Transport, Highways, and Urban Development. Um, where's the park? Lakes and Walk Path Construction. Where's the park? 5 billion turnover. Jesus. Um, what is this? Gagna? No, we want Dayatha. Anyway, let's take a quick look at the about. We'll probably get off the company website. There's not really a whole lot here. It's a state website. Actually, it's not even gonna load, so that's whatever. Oh well. And then lastly, for curb appeal, there is quite a bit of Google Street View in Sri Lanka, so I'm very excited to see the curb appeal. Where's the park? We're at the park. Perfect. So here we are. There's a lot of people here. They weren't kidding. It's a pretty nice park. Um, it maybe doesn't quite make sense to have your car drive over this spot. I get that they're kind of like separating it, but um, could be a little bit better. A nice pond to stroll by. What is that in the background? The mothership. Can we see what that is? Electronics store, maybe. It's nice. It's a nice thing. I personally wouldn't say this is my favorite park, but it's a nice park. Definitely if it gets crowded, oh my God. Um, yeah, it's pretty nice. Walk path right around it. Okay. So that is going to do it for the Dayatha Uyana Park. And let's go ahead and give it a review. For location, this is a little bit further away. It's bottom right, a little bit further away. I would say location, probably a 3. I think that would be an alright location. It is on the water though, so that's pretty cool. They did kind of do a lot with the water. For style or what it is, it's got some good style. It's got some really good style. I wish there was more signs. Like when usually you go to a park, let me see if I can find it if it's not going to take too long. Like this. Usually there's signs like this that tell you about like ecological conservation efforts or land assessment efforts or something like that. I wish there was more, but we'll still give it to them. So for style, we're going to give it a 5. For pictures, the pictures did fantastic. There was endless amounts of pictures and random fish. We understood what it's about. It's a park, but there's also like shops and stuff. It's waterfront. So pictures, we're gonna give a 5. For the reviews, we are also gonna give it a 5. These reviews were fantastic. The people loved it. It's such a good park. Many animals, fish, birds, lizards, things, stuff like that. People loved it. People loved it. So we're gonna give it a 5. And then lastly, for curb appeal, we did get to see it. We got to walk a little bit around it. It was nice. Everything's paved, stuff like that. So we're gonna give that a 5 stars as well. And that's going to do it for the Dayatha Uyana Park. And on to our next location. Okay, so for our next place, we found the Gangaramaya Temple. It is a Buddhist temple, pretty much right in the center of Colombo, right in the center. And it has about 13,000 reviews, 4.5 stars. Historic Buddhist temple with a robust collection of artifacts, statues, and vocational training to become a Buddhist monk. First review, 5 stars a month ago. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Does it have a website? It does. It does have a website. So we'll see the website. First, let's take a look at some pictures. Look how old that car is. It's pretty cool. Um, wow. A lot of bright, rich colors. Didn't say on the wall? Oh, Memorial Scholars. Interesting murals. All the Buddhist statues. Very interesting. What's unique is you see these scattered around. You see these scattered around Asia. This kind of reminded me of Hinduism. The Indian blue god. I can't remember, but you can see all these religious influences kind of scattered around through Asia. We're off the coast of India. So interesting. They have a lot of artwork. And that's another thing about religious places is that they tend to have a lot of historical artwork that is just incredible. Like, why does that guy have eyes, but the other one doesn't? Well, a couple of them have eyes. They all should have eyes. Elephant. Ah, so interesting. I wonder what these stories entail. The rapture. They come back and fight the holiest war, perhaps. I don't know. That's in the Bible, but other cultures can have the same sort of thing. Ah, so interesting. Such intricate artwork. More statues. This is the outside. Hopefully we get to see some outside. Huh. And a tree. This is the outside. So we're looking for a white and orange building, which is some good colors. Those are some good Buddhist colors. Are you a Buddhist, sir? Or what about you, ladies? Are you a Buddhist? Um, interesting. Interesting artwork. Unique. So unique. There's that elephant room again. I wonder what it would take a pilgrimage across Asia and do a very sacred quest. Huh. Okay. Um, this is a little bit of the outside. So we've seen a lot that we needed to see. There's going to be a bajillion pictures of just historical stuff. So, oh my God. It's a little bit hard to step away. But that is going to do it for the pictures. Let's go ahead and look at the reviews. Um, all right. 19th century Chinese architecture. Very unique temple experience. Unlike many historical sites, Gangaramaya feels almost like a museum. Uh, relics and gifts from all over the world, even vintage cars. Yeah, we saw that. The blend of Sri Lankan, Thai, Indian, and Chinese cultural architecture is interesting. Give yourself a good hour to explore all the different rooms of the relic chamber. Always remember to dress modestly. Covering your shoulders and knees, you'll have to be asked to place shoes at the entrance. This guy took a lot of pictures. He actually took a video as well. Whoa. And there's the old cars. Why those ones? I'm curious. They're nice cars, but what was the development in the 1940s that made people donate these cars? Probably their independence or something. In addition to a spiritual faith and peace, this temple is full of antiques and historical artifacts. It has tranquility and peace, best for meditation. You need a ticket. LKR. 500 LKR to USD is $1.50. It's cheap. Um, elephant. Beginning of February, wasn't very busy. The temple is beautiful. Very interesting place. Yes, definitely worth a visit. Spiritual and uplifting places. Meditation hall. There's a lot to it. Oh, look how cool this picture looks. This is it at night. Wow. Again, I wonder what stories they're depicting. All the attention to detail. Um, Buddha relics. They never asked for anything in return. Everything they did was in sincerity and compassion. I cried. Well, it's all about your personal self, your acceptance. Ancient artifacts, adding an educational touch to the visit. Something about spiritually inclined. Whether you're spiritually inclined or simply looking for a calm experience, must visit. Well, we'll take your word for it. That's the vibe. This is the vibe. So we'll take your word for it. Let's go ahead and see the website. I believe they had a website. Yep. Mm. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. Uh, we're going to ignore that ever happens and say they don't have a website. And so lastly, let's take a look at some street view. Hopefully we can see it on the outside. Um, there's no grass here. It's just kind of odd. I don't know what I was expecting. This is like an uprooted tree. Um, yes, this is the temple. This is very clearly the temple. It's got good curb appeal. It's like this whole complex. It's got really good curb appeal. Off to the side. Can we get it off to the side? I don't know if it owns the corner of the building, like all of this stuff, but it could. It does. This isn't as elaborate as the middle of it, but this is pretty cool. Thing's huge. And that's the gate. And I do believe we can look inside. Gift shop? Ha, gift shop. Actually, I don't know if this is a gift shop. This could be relics. Wow. Clock. Um, let's see another random one. Here's that huge statue we see. We saw many pictures of that. That's the outside. Huh. Who's this guy? Got tusk. Okay. I think that's gonna do it for Street View. So that is the Gangaramaya Temple. Let's go ahead and give a review. For location, we are going to give location a 5 stars. It's pretty much in the dead center of Colombo, not too far away from the water, and it has a nice park not too far. And that was all like historical stuff. So location of 5. For style or what it is, we are also going to give it a 5. It is very clearly a religious temple, Buddhist temple. All the colors are magnificent, gold, silvers, um, reds, things like that. So it's very, very cool. It's also kind of like a museum. It's just a historical place. So we'll give that a 5 stars. Pictures, we saw many, many pictures. They were accurate to what it is. This was kind of like the courtyard. We did get to see the front in one of them, stuff like that. So pictures did extremely well. We're gonna give that a 5 stars. And then for the reviews did very, very well as well. So we're gonna give that a 5 stars. And then lastly, we're going to end it off with curb appeal. Curb appeal, they did fantastic with curb appeal. You can definitely tell it was a temple. Um, so that was pretty good. And we also went inside of it. So we're gonna give that a 5 stars as well. And that is going to be our review for the Gangaramaya Temple. And on to our next location. All right, so for the next location that we found the RMV, or the registration of motor vehicles. So essentially, even overseas, you cannot escape the DMV. It's on this busy road. Looks like it's also on the bus line as well, which is important because that's how people can register their car. Because to catch 22, you need a car to register a car and do the paperwork. But um, 3 stars, 240 reviews, and it does have a website. So we'll take a look at the website. Pretty low rating, not gonna lie. Pretty low rating. So let's go ahead and take a look at some pictures. Department of Motor Traffic. Um, List of services maybe? Times? No, these are prices. Book an advanced wait time to avail the services of the Department of Motor Traffic. Okay. Uh, has a gate and whatnot. Red building. Out front teaches you it. That's actually pretty funny. It's clever though. Teaches traffic outside traffic. Ah, there's a line. That's a busy line. There's a lot of people here. There's nobody here except for that one. Now it's busy. Yeah, so it picks up. It definitely picks up. Dual purpose, motor vehicle, technical branch, receiving amendments, passing on application, yada yada. The one guy waiting. That's the vibe. You're at the DMV. That's the vibe. Or the RMV, my bad. It gets pretty busy. What do those numbers even mean, bro? Our vision, excellence on motor traffic regulating for highest public appreciation. Um, alright, that's whatever. The building. Quick pictures of the building. To the guard. A lot of people. Oh my god, dude. Could you imagine? I actually purposely go to a DMV further away because it's less busy. And it's walk-ins, not appointments only. Okay. So let's take a glance at the reviews. Revenue. Today I visited the RMB for the second time in my life. First experience left a good impression. They only serve on first come basis. What really frustrated me is I'm not from Colombo and had different plans the next day. Incorrect information. The whole credit goes to her. She did well. Oh. Follows the very efficient process and makes simple tasks very complicated. Very less usage of digitization to improve efficiency. Waste of time, but somehow got the work done. So much room for process. You need a copy of your certificate. You need your numbers. And take cash. There's no card. It's the worst service ever. When I got there to register my new Weasel in the morning, I straight made it to the sixth counter for the registration process. The officer who guided me there encounter was a bit rude, however, after all, the officer showed me. They called the numbers. I thought they would call in a numerical order. They did not. Um, the guy was nice, but I had to wait hours. Oh my god. The service was nice. IDL, BL, very inefficient service. Some time back. To whom it may concern. Like transferred. Very unsatisfied. Took nearly 4 months to get. They were not answering my calls. Alright, well, whatever. Whatever. Let's go ahead and look at the website. Hopefully it'll load faster than that first one. Let's see. Oh, oh, here we go. Their logo is very cartoony. And then this is very official. Like Buddhist official. Um, Pretty okay website. Everything's kind of here. Um, yeah, I would say everything's pretty much here. History, if it'll load. The Act number 14 of 1916 at aiming registered vehicles and driving licenses in Sri Lanka. Uh, Fulfill the customer needs expeditiously and to accomplish the customer expectations requirement. It's not citizens. They're not customers, they're citizens. Like in hotels, they're guests. Like you call them what they are. The government should be calling them not customers, but citizens. So, um, get it right. Let's go ahead and look at the street view. We're looking for a mural out front. Here we are. So this entire mural teaches you about motor transportation safety. It has a logo. This is the parking for it, I would imagine. All the stuff for it. Uh, you can see this has 40 bikes. Oh, and then there was a bus here. There's like a mini bus. But, um, People's Bank. I think this is the same building. Who has the right of way? Yeah, I think this is the same building. They're blocking everything except for that piece of tree. Department of Motor Traffic. So, okay. That is going to do it for the RMV registration of motor vehicles. Um, let's go ahead and give it our review. For location, we are going to give probably a 4. It's not in the center, but it is on a bus line, so it's accessible. We're gonna give that a 4. For style or what it is, um, it's got style. It's got colors, it's got pictures, it's got a logo, it's got some style. The inside's very bland, I mean, but this is fine. This is pretty fine. So style, we're gonna give a 4. For pictures, the pictures also did pretty well. There was a lot of inside the building, outside the building. They were really good pictures. Showed it being busy and whatnot. So pictures, we're gonna give a 4. For the reviews, though, people did not like this place. Bad customer service. Very inefficient. I would say we're gonna give reviews a 2. This is kind of unfortunate, but that's okay. For curb appeal, we are going to give curb appeal a 4 stars. It did really well. We saw exactly what we saw in the pictures. It had logo and branding. The entrance, like the actual front door, could have been a little bit better. Instead, we saw People's Bank. But for the most part, it did pretty well. So we're going to give that a 4. And that's going to do it for the RMV Registration of Motor Vehicles Department. And on to our next location. Okay, so for our next place, we found the Oval View Residencies. It is a condominium complex, pretty much in the center of Colombo. It has 4.5 stars, 345 reviews, and it does have a website, but this is the government website, so it could be government sponsored. A lot of these seem to be government sponsored. First review, 5 months, 5 stars. Pretty good, pretty good. Let's go ahead and take a look at some pictures. That is probably the outside of it. Got some style. 2 colors, get a little balcony, I think. Um, that's the top of it. You get a balcony. A little pool. Here's it raining. Um, I mean, it's pretty nice. Parking, probably limited parking. Street vendor. I want like a good picture. Um, it's got style on the outside though. Was that the flag of Estonia? I don't know what that is. Rooftop. Whoa, that's really cool. Gets foggy at night or in the morning. Tattoo shop maybe. That's the city, I think. It'd have to be. Electric charging. Probably get some good imports from China. That's the outside. That's the pool. Okay, alright, well, this is whatever. Um, I mean, the pictures were good for what we can expect of a condo complex, but we didn't really get to see the lobby, if there is a lobby. I've been living here for the last 2 years. Biggest highlights in the apartment is breathtaking views. So the reviews look pretty good. Let's look at the reviews. A cricket. Um, well-populated area, but close. Cricket grounds, adding a unique charm. Resident for 4 years. And quite a good resident. Security and maintenance great with that. Huge apartment complex. Everyone has a different opinion of their own about their apartment complex, but I can only relate to my experience, and I don't like the place to call it home. Not offending anybody that lives there, though. Our resident of this apartment is nicely finished and organized. The view from the 17th floor is unbelievable. When I stay at hotels, usually I like the highest floor furthest away. That is me. That's my personal preference. Even though it's usually a huge pain in the ass to get there. One of the newest high rises in addition to Colombo. Nice and calm, 4 minutes. Place is highly recommended. Silent. Uh, quiet and place. Calm and quiet place. Pretty nice. Convenient to schools, hospitals, and can reach the city center in 10 minutes. Value for price. Good experience. Um, that's the vibe. That's the vibe. Look at this guy. This guy's wasted. Um, but the reviews seem pretty well. The reviews seem pretty well. Government workers. It's mostly built for government workers. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at the website. This is the Department of Urban Development Authority. That's what the URL says. And if it'll load, um, same symbol. This symbol is different. This website's much different looking than the other one. They have a YouTube channel, UDA, Google Maps. They show you on Google Maps where they are. Housing projects, vacancies. Okay. Building better cities for better future. Uh, that's the vibe. Okay. We've seen enough of the website. And then lastly, let's see the street view. Hopefully they have street view. I'm pretty sure they do. This place has a lot of street view. Let's see. Come on. Yeah, that's it. Let's move forward a little bit. That is our building. This is all it. Pretty nice. They have parking for the residences. Yeah, they have parking for the residences. They have a little gate out front where you enter and exit. Presumably the entrance lobby elevator is going to be right here. It is two-colored, which is the style of it, and each floor has a balcony. This is about like 20 floors, so it's got some good height. Okay, so that is going to do it for the Oval View residences. Let's go ahead and give it a review. So for the location we are going to give, we'll give it a 5. To live this close to the city, yeah, we'll give it a 5. For style or what it is, yeah, for a place to live, it's pretty good. I think they did have a pool, so that added to it. I don't know if they have a gym, but um, yeah, it had some good style. Even the outside has some style, so we'll give it a 5. For pictures, the pictures were pretty well. They were pretty accurate to what it is. This is exactly what we saw. This is also exactly what we saw. So pictures, we're gonna give it a 5. For reviews, um, it's okay. We'll give it a 4. And then lastly, for curb appeal, we're gonna give curb appeal a 5. This building is very recognizable. It's a good building. It's a good building. And it has a little sign out front. So we're gonna give that a 5. And that is going to do it for the Oval View residencies. And let's go ahead and take a look at our final place. All right, so for our final place that we found the Sugatha Indoor Stadium. It is pretty much in the center of Colombo. Um, 4 stars, 50 reviews, and it doesn't have a website. Um, First it says a month ago, 5 stars. Let's go ahead and see the pictures. It looks like martial arts. Could be a taekwondo uh stadium or karate or jiu-jitsu. Not quite sure. Or a concert venue. It was pretty crazy. They're setting up a band, but then there's some dude playing up top. This is some guy giving a speech. Oh, it's the Communist Party. Very interesting. Who knew? Um, some sort of singer, musician, the band. Uh, this guy, this is the vibe. Um, they won something. India, right across the channel there, right across the way. Close neighbors. This is really interesting. Nada Gama 360 at the stadium. Um, okay, so this is, wait, that's the outside. So squares. There's a couple of squares. Karate. They did karate. He's the karate champion of Southeast Asia. South Asian. Huh, that's him. Must be pretty good. I wonder what countries competed. Probably Vietnam, China, and India obviously competed. Okay. I don't know if we're seeing any of the outside. That's a good picture. Yep. So we didn't really get to see the outside of it. Let's see the reviews. My son cheated. Was there a website? No, it wasn't a website. Let's look at the reviews. Um, Very large stadium, which is great for sports events. Overall, it's a great place for indoor events, but improved seating would make the experience better. Well maintained. Air conditioning's nice. It's solid. Ventilation's not good enough. Toilet washrooms are below average. Not recommended for international level tournament. Okay, so they could be a little bit better. Um, Pleasant atmosphere. Facilities are not moderate. Housekeeping maintenance is low. Limited parking. This guy wrote quite a review. Historical significance. Um, this is what the outside looks like. Hopefully we can see that. Suitable for all events. Seats aren't comfortable. Great atmosphere. Excellent. Maintenance has not been done. Yeah, they do a lot of events here. Saga 13. Wow. Look at all those people. Quite a production. There's no soap or detergents. Wash your hands. 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. Okay, alright, well. Uh, okay. Lastly, let's see the curb appeal. Will it have street view? It should have street view. I think all these so far did. It's gonna load. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I was on the right thing. Yes, this is it. Huge gate. Yeah, you know what this is. That's some pretty good curb appeal. So that's the front of it. I think we can go inside. And this is the inside. We don't get to see the actual building at all, but we do get to see the gate, so we can judge the gate, and that's pretty good. Okay. Alright, so that's going to do it for the Sugathadasa Indoor Museum Stadium. It's a stadium. Um, for the location, we are going to give location another 5 stars. This is right in the center of Colombo, right in the downtown. It's along a lot of bus lines and some busy ways, so it does pretty well. Location, we're going to give a 5. For the style, um, it's got style. The outside had some style. this is stylish. I mean, some thought was put into it. So we're gonna give that a 4. They could have done a little bit better. Something else. They just need something. So we're gonna give that a 4. For pictures, pictures were good. It showed a lot of the different events. It showed around the place, showed the little courtyard. This guy and the baby. Um, but pictures were a lot of concerts. So we're gonna give that a 4. Wasn't bad, but could have been better. For the reviews, um, we're probably gonna give the reviews a 4 as well, just because some people were not happy by it. There was some chair issues, I guess, in the bathroom. So we're gonna give that a 4. And then lastly, for curb appeal, we did get to see the gate. We did get to see the gate. So that was pretty important. I would say we are going to give it 5 stars. That was a pretty nice gate, and we can presumably see what it was supposed to be. Whoops. Um, so, so without further ado, that is going to do it for the Sugata Indoor Stadium. And on to our final segment where we're going to head and review them all together. All right, here we are at the old Parliament to, doesn't that building look familiar? To give our final decision on the place that we saw today. I'm going to go ahead and put those stats up on the board. If you did enjoy today's video, please be sure to leave a like. If you enjoy my content, please be sure to subscribe. I do upload pretty often and daily. If you enjoyed my video, thank you so much for watching. And be sure to tune in next time when we find another random city in the world and see what it has to offer. So thank you so much, and I'll see you then. All right.